But today, it'll be the Detroit Lions coming in to play the Philadelphia Eagles.
Down. Scott Mitchell, terrific numbers. 32 touchdowns, only 12 picks this season. The great Sanders in the backfield. The rookie tight end is Sloan. Moore, Perriman, and Morton are the three wideouts. And we'll look at the line in a moment, which is anchored by Lomas Brown on the left side. That is Sloan, the tight end, in motion from the 33-yard line, and Barry Sanders breaks a tackle in the backfield, swings to the outside, and turns a loss into a gain. The top dome teams have had a terrible time in the playoffs on the road outdoors, and Mitchell's had a terrible time on the road this year, comparatively speaking. At home, as you can see, his rating 108.7. On the road, 77.7. The right side with Perriman in motion. Mitchell looks that way and hits Perriman at the 40-yard line. He breaks two tackles and picks up a first down. Nickel alignment defensively for Philadelphia. Mitchell a short drop and then overthrows Perriman. It'll be third down and 10.
Disruptive today.
Six defensive backs in the alignment for Philadelphia.
Here they come.
Pressure on Mitchell, and they sack him back at the 34-yard line. Mike Mamula, the #1 draft choice from Boston College. Let's take a look at the Eagles offensively. The old Lion, Rodney Peete, at quarterback. Ricky Waters and James Saxon in the backfield. Barnett and Williams are the wideouts, and Ed West.
Jon Gruden, the offensive coordinator of the Eagles, works from upstairs.
Randall Cunningham's wife is pregnant. The due date is tomorrow, but Randall has said, and he's been saying it for several days, if word comes that she's in labor, he's out of here. He's going to the airport.
Early surface on it, Al. You got a lot of slipping on this side of the field.
That's what you get when you put fertilizer on AstroTurf. Guiding the Eagles to their 10-6 mark. Mitchell. Rodney Peete, the first quarterback in 15 years to start a postseason game against his former team. Ken Stabler started one in '80 as an Oiler against the Raiders and lost. And the catch is made by Calvin Williams. And with a stiff arm, he's out of bounds. Up at the 50, Corey Raymond with the tackle. Third down and 5. Good blocking up front. And the catch is made by Fred Barnett for a first down to the 38-yard line with Barnett in motion. And Peete off balance. It was deflected by Spielman and then almost intercepted by Johnson. He's kicked 13 touchbacks this season. That was the most in the league. Perfect. And this time he lays it inside the 5.
Perfect.
That was beautiful. Floated it. Jerome Henderson was there to catch it.
That's a concern. I'd still give it to him, man.
Lions have already punted twice. Second down 10 from the 3. Mitchell the short drop, then throws to Perriman, and he's ridden out of bounds immediately by Mark McMillan. Third and 5. The Eagles with 6 DBs. And a 5-man rush, and a catch made by Moore. He got position inside Taylor, and Mitchell was right there to gun it into the numbers. First down at the 16. Fake to Sanders, and then it is intercepted, deflected, picked off by Mark McMillan. Off the hands of Brett Perriman, and the first big break of the game goes to the Eagles.
And the first poorly thrown ball by Scott Mitchell, and it was poorly thrown. He was not pressured, he just threw it high.
But that's a relatively routine reception. Beautiful job by McMillan, though, of fighting and digging the ball and keeping it from touching this carpet.
Now Peete from the 14 hands the ball to Charlie Garner, and he is in there, we believe, for the touchdown. Weirdly named, as Anderson's kick taken by Rivers, and he brings it back to the 22-yard line, and then gets forced all the way back to the 5. Of course, the forward progress to the 22, but that's how stoked the Eagles are to drive them back 17 yards on the run back. Danny Smith, the special teams coach.
Not a real smiling man, is he?
First and 10 from the 23-yard line. They fake the end around to Morton. Then that's batted, and the Lions are very lucky nobody was there to come up with that one. Daniel Stubbs with the hands up.
Mitchell throws the ball sidearm. And so they're more concerned with blocking the ball. They've practiced all week long on sensing when he's going to release it.
He gives the ball to Barry Sanders. Typical Barry. Had him twice near the line of scrimmage, and the next thing you know, it's a gain of about 7. Zordich makes the tackle. 1st and 10, Lions at the 36-yard line. Flushed out. Chase throws on the run, caught at midfield. David Sloan, the rookie tight end out of New Mexico, tackled by William Thomas. Less than 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Mitchell guns one complete, 37-yard line. Play is over as the ground caused the fumble. Brett Perriman.
So early in the ball game, you're on your way in to have something looked at. We can only hope that it works out for the best.
You know, he's tough too.
Now from the 37-yard line, 2:25 to go in the opening quarter, and they give it to Barry Sanders, who springs to the outside and works his way for a first down. Got by Zordich and
middle, and he gets around the corner so easily. Broke contained.
Eagles leading 7-0 as Mitchell throws off his back foot. David Sloan makes the catch, and the tight end has a touchdown.
Particularly against the Detroit team, but they went with Michael Zordich. Zordich was beaten completely to the outside, took a little head fake to the inside, and a beautifully thrown ball also. Training camp, they drafted him number 3, and as Dan mentioned, he is a huge target going downfield and very athletic.
Well, we mentioned that with the loss of Perriman, someone else has to step to the forefront.
In the opening quarter, Witherspoon back to receive the kick. It's an angled kick, and that one will go out of bounds, and that means Philadelphia will have the ball at the 40-yard line as Jason Hanson boots it out of bounds, and first down for Rodney Peete and the Eagles from the 40-yard line. And over the middle, it's Ed West, the tight end, making the catch on a first down as he gets it into Detroit territory. Tackled by Spielman.
So many of us have none.
Right.
Some guys have too many.
Here is Garner breaking one, and Charlie Garner is inside the 20, inside the 10, and out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
Oh, yeah. A change-up he is with Ricky Waters.
2nd and goal, Garner again, and he takes it to the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal, Waters in the game, and Waters goes down. So they run Garner twice, take him out, but a 2-back set in with Saxon blocking. He can't get the job done, and Mike Wells tackles Waters here, except it counts for 3. He bangs it through, and he does. 21-yard field goal. 3rd and 6, and the crowd rising as one at Veterans Stadium with their Eagles up by 3. Mitchell throws, and it's incomplete. Aubrey Matthews.
Not as respectful of Matthews.
Start. 71 offense. 5 yards. Repeat 3rd down.
First, nobody heard the last whistle. Mitchell deep, and it's Moore making the catch, but he was out of bounds.
Point in time for a rookie. Bobby Taylor's play has been exceptional.
Royals with a very short kick.
Well, he had pressure.
And that's out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Take over at the Detroit 39-yard line. Rodney Peete had trouble with the ball and then gets it away to Ricky Waters. And Waters with a 14-yard gain, forced out by Massey at the 25-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Rodney Peete is 7 of 10. Floats one toward the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Fred Barnett.
Beautifully thrown.
On a scale of 1 to 10, that's a 10 even. You couldn't have thrown that ball and it.
Down toss, 17-7. Anderson with a bouncing kick that goes through the legs of Ron Rivers, still spinning. And Rivers taken down as he brings it back to the 12-yard line by the swarming Philadelphia coverage unit.
Ron Rivers lets it go right between his legs.
Well, right now, Detroit's defense is reeling a little bit. They need a long drive by this offensive team.
And Barry Sanders finds no room at all. Cut it back and ran into Lomas Brown, and then Thomas and Romanowski take him down.
If they're to have success, I'd go left.
On 2nd down, 11. It is incomplete. He tried to jam it into Moore, who looks for a flag, doesn't get one. Zordich with the coverage.
Zordich almost had the football.
3 and out. Intercepted at the 22. Barry Wilburn.
Thomas, the defensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles, has reason to celebrate, as does everybody at the vet.
23-7 going on 24.
Well, the Detroit offense didn't even do a 3 and out. 3 and touchdown.
And 2 interceptions in Pontiac, 10 away from there, and 2 today. 2nd and 5. Mitchell throws, and that's picked off by Gouveia. In and out of Sloan's hands, and Gouveia with the interception.
Nightmare.
It's not an out-of-body experience, Scott, no matter how much you wish that it was. It isn't.
For many years with the Washington Redskins, that's a great play. And David Sloan should have reacted a little more quickly to it, but look at Gouveia. He knocks it up in the air, then makes the play.
Well, we called Rodney Peete's pass a 10. From a defensive standpoint, that was a 10. It's just a perfect play by Kurt Gouveia.
On the 32-yard line, Rodney Peete going for 6 more, and off the hand of Fred Barnett. 3rd and 10, 8 minutes to go in the half. Philly leading by 17. And that's caught for a first down. Fred Barnett. Peete protected well over the middle. This is Calvin Williams. Flag comes in. Blades makes the stop.
31 defense, 5 yards from the previous spot. First down.
2nd down and 9. It's caught. Barnett, and Barnett is stopped just short of the goal line. 1st and goal.
The ball, great concentration.
1st and goal inside the 1, and Waters, despite juggling the handoff, is in there.
Well, right now, the offensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles is just taking it to the Lions. They own these guys up front, and they are kicking some butt. It is 31-7. Can you imagine what is going through the minds of everyone in the Detroit Lions uniform? They are stunned. This is the type of a set of circumstances that your mind has trouble comprehending. That you are this far behind this early in a ball game.
Oh, good work, Al. Do you like that? Fair catch is called for at the 16-yard line and made by Rob Carpenter. Is the story today. The Lions have turned it over 3 times on interceptions, and Philadelphia has cashed in on each occasion. 2nd and 7 now from the 19 with 2 minutes to go, and Ricky Waters swings to the outside, picks up a first down.
3 interceptions already. Scott Mitchell only had 12 all season long. They've had to make a lot of changes with a lot of injuries.
Well, they've lost 3 of their starters. They've had to move a lot of people around. But it's an offensive team that again has been challenged by Rhodes, and boy, have they responded.
Here's Garner, and Garner for another first down before he's hogtied by Benny Blades. Garner led the league in yards per carry for those who carried at least 100 times. 5.4, and he's taken down hard at the end of the play.
Well, Benny Blades winds up, and this is pretty close to the old-fashioned clothesline.
1st and 10 from the 50-yard line now. Rodney Peete guns it over the middle, finds the open man. It's Reggie Johnson, the tight end, and a timeout called by the Eagles with 29 seconds to play in the half.
Throw that ball up in the air, hope for the defensive foul. Come up with 3.
Really?
As far as he can, look for the defensive foul.
3rd down from the 43-yard line. Lofting it toward the end zone and put the
Oh my God!
Carpenter caught it! How in the world did Carpenter catch it?
Well, let's go back to the timeout that was called by Ray Rhodes. It began there. And Wayne says, what a nightmare I'm in.
It's Willie Clay. He's right on the ball. He just jumps up and has it taken away by Rob Carpenter. Willie Clay was the only Lion defensive back that made a play on the football. There was a classic case of letting the other guy do it.
Have come together. They have played as a football team.
Turnovers, the big story in the first half. 3 of them converted into 21 points.
And then that half-ending debacle in the end zone where the Lions literally stand at halftime. Hanson slips and falls.
We've seen that twice.
Yep.
First down at the 4-yard line. Scott Mitchell swings one out, and it's dropped by Barry Sanders.
It's gotten off to a horrible start.
3rd down and 10. And that's almost picked off. It seems as if there are nothing but white shirts around. Barry Wilburn that time. Waters in motion. Peete. Waters. They do it again. Brand new coaching staff at the 33-yard line. And that's intercepted. Greg Jackson. 4 picks of Mitchell. Jackson taken down at the 46-yard line.
Again, keep in mind, Mitchell only had 12 in 16 games. He has 4 tonight.
Scott Mitchell pleading his case with whatever official he can get to listen. No amount of words are going to make this one come back. Looks to me like Scott Mitchell is saying why. I think Scott Mitchell might have just been informed that he's being yanked. Hate to venture a guess, but he was plainly mouthing the word entered his mind.
Caught up at the 45-yard line by Fred Barnett, and Fred Barnett. Scott Mitchell came off a brilliant second half of the year, and then you have today's comparison.
The season.
32-yard field goal attempt, and Gary Anderson has just tied the record set by Raphael Seppi. Send it down toward Ron Rivers and Alan Williams. 8-yard line, Alan Williams. Fumble.
Philadelphia is going to get their first break of the night.
James Willis, number 50, was the man who created the fumble, and we've yet to
The only
get a
thing we
signal.
can count on here is that I'm sure that whoever the Philadelphia guy in there is fighting harder than the Detroit guy. And he comes up with the ball. If that's indicative of the way this game has gone, it's no surprise that when it's all said and done, that somebody with an Eagle uniform comes out of there with a football.
Over 50. 40-yard field goal attempt by Gary Anderson, and that is 16 consecutive postseason field goals. Don Mikowski and the Magic Man almost had his first pass picked off. Herman Moore, the intended receiver. Bobby Taylor was there.
They play much better than he is.
Mikowski over the outstretched hand of Taylor, and Herman Moore off to the races, and it's a touchdown. About $4 million next year. The first and goal, the catch is made by Johnny Morton, and the former USC Trojan scores. Clock ticks down. 408 total yards, and of course the turnovers, 5 for Detroit. From the 20-yard line, Mikowski. Another pick. That's William Thomas.
Number 8 for Thomas.
Touchdown.
Poorly thrown ball.
In regulation.
And they were competitive ball games too.
Yeah.
Boy, this crowd's loving it, though. It's like a soccer crowd.
At the 40-yard line. What else is new? Zordich. Tackled by Lomas Brown.
Putting Rodney Peete in. Rodney Peete went 9-3 and got him into the playoffs.
Well, here was the scene. Randall Cunningham came into the game and was acknowledged by the partisans here in Philadelphia. You think he's carrying his beeper with him?
Well, and they gave him a tremendous hand because this is probably his last appearance at the Vet as a member of the Philadelphia Eagle.
Most points by one team in a postseason game, that famous Bear-Washington game in 40. where Chicago won 73-0. Detroit against Cleveland in '57, and Philly against the Lions today. So this one will probably wind up number 2.
That same year, '57, was the last year the Lions won a road playoff game.
And that one is good. Flag is down, however. One more flag, and it's holding against Philadelphia.
If he can do the trifecta.
41 yards.
Looks awfully good. No!
Motor City Miscues. I like that alliteration. 7 different Eagles have created the turnovers.
This killing of the clock, and congratulations to the Eagles.
What a year for them.
And what a performance.
Yeah, it's a bitter end for Detroit, but if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, you gotta love this.